Hi everybody, I'm here to report on last night's shocking defeat at Pittodrie and talk about Fright Night. This was a pre-Halloween horror show. And by the way, I'm wearing this mask to show you what our manager might look like should we lose even another game in the next month. Well, I say our manager. If that happens, he might not be our manager by the end of November. So here's hoping. I'll take this off now because it was only to frighten you as much as we were frightened last night watching that game as it all drifted away from us. Well, drifted away pretty quickly actually. So I'll just take this off now. Where do I start with this? Well, I tell you what, I'll start with one of my favourite sayings: managers know nothing. And Big Phil has shown that to be true quite a lot this season, if not last season. Just from his starting lineup, he had us all puzzled. I mean, for heaven's sake, Chef Day has been one of the better players the whole season, and he drops him for this game. And he brings in Caslin Weiryo, who everybody's been clamouring for to appear at right back, but no, our Captain Heroic is still plodding away, and I mean literally plodding away at right back. So he moves Casemiro to left back. So one of our better players gets the chop. Suter comes in, so at least that was something. But then you look further up the field and you've got Tom Lawrence playing in a game like this. He's slow, he's cumbersome, he doesn't have the mentality, he doesn't have the heart. Total waste of space, did nothing the whole game except look as if he was trying to avoid being injured, which is a feat for him, I would say. And then you look at the three at the front. Drossers, of course, we know what not to expect from him. McCausland comes in for the injured Czerny. And okay, let's give the manager a bit of credit, if we can call it that, leeway. Let's say it that way. He actually had 4 attackers all out injured. Czerny, the guy who's been scoring more goals than anybody recently, so he's got a mysterious injury. I suspect it's his mentality that's at fault. I think he doesn't fancy games like this away from home, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him always fit for Sunday. But anyhow, Czerny, Matondo, Cortez, there's 3 wingers all injured, and Danilo, the only other experienced striker we've got, out for over 2 months now. All of them, bar Czerny, have been out for over 2 months. So much for Big Phil's, I'll have them fitter and there won't be so many injuries this season. So he was limited up front. McCausland was the only guy he could put in. But for a game like this, you've got to have Jefte in the left back position, because he was matching up quite nicely with Bayrami in certain games. But no, we'll put Casemiro there. He's only played once before, that was in Malmo. Maybe he was hoping for a Malmo display last night. And Sterling should have been in midfield, had a bit of steel, a bit of energy. But no, we'll keep him on the bench. And by the time he came on, the team ended up with 4 full-backs playing at the same time. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That just shows you managers know nothing. So team selection, team changes, absolutely shambolic. As I've been saying for months, since last season actually, with Tavernier at the back, Drossers up front, we'll win nothing, and this manager will end up getting the sack. And last night just encapsulated that now. I've heard this morning in various podcasts, Rangers fans saying we've got to get rid of Tavernier and Dressers, but these were the ones that were saying, oh no, they provide us with something, assists and goals, and look at Drosser's goal record and all this sort of nonsense. They are finished. Well, Drosser's never really got started, so get rid of them now. If the manager doesn't change anything, it just keeps repeating the same mistakes, rinse and repeat, fail, do it again, as if something different is going to happen. That's just madness. He's got to change the system, he's got to change the players, he's got to get rid of Tavernier. Easily done. We've got another 2 players that can fill in there at right back. He's got to get rid of Drossers and give Igaman and even young, what's his name, Zach Lovelace a chance. It couldn't be any worse. It really couldn't be any worse. The enthusiasm of youth. He would at least close defenders down, get stuck in. He's got the strength to hold himself or get up against these big guys, whereas Dressers just bumps into them and falls about, all the rest of it. So he's got to make changes. As for the game itself, Aberdeen bigger, stronger, faster, more energy, more determination, a group of new players that didn't look like new players, unlike ours, as the manager keeps telling us, need time to bed in. So right from the beginning, it looked doomed. And when they scored, it was maybe a question of how many at that point. And what a goal, terrible goal. Free cross in, nobody closing him down, the right back position. So a free chip in. The guy didn't head it very well. He was up unchallenged, but he didn't head it very well. Went to the right back, Devlin, unmarked, fired it into the net. And when you saw it again, Bayrami, who should have been marking Devlin, he let him go into the box and he sort of motioned with his arm, I think it was to Kazanwieyo, to you mark him. But he was already marking somebody. So he had an opponent in front of him and the scorer behind him. And Bayrami was standing in the middle of the box, marking nobody, nowhere near anybody. So faults all round there, but especially Bayrami for not going with his man. Sheer laziness and lack of vision to see what might have happened. So first goal was absolutely terrible. They got a penalty, which I don't think should have been a penalty. Souttar's leaning down to try and head the ball and it hits off his arm, which is at his side. I mean, he has to have his arm where it was to actually lean forward to head the ball. So I think he was unlucky, but of course John Beattie isn't going to miss the chance via VAR to give a penalty against us. So that duly happened. And the guy thankfully took a shocking penalty, which even I could have saved, never mind Butland. So lucky to go in 1-0. They hit the post as well. So lucky to go in 1-0, although we had a goal disallowed for offside, which was, Drosser's shoulder as opposed to the defender's heel. It was like an inch offside, but McCausland might have been offside anyhow at the end of the move when they put it into the net. So terrible first half. We got better in the second, not much. It was a low bar, but we did improve. Bayrami scored a great goal. Quick feet, got by a couple of people, shot before the third defender came in to close him down. Wish the rest of them could do that. And a nice goal into the far corner. For 10 minutes, we dominated, if you can call it that. We looked better, we looked more confident. Tavernier actually got into or just outside the box, cut it across the face of the box. Lawrence, who'd done nothing, he missed the ball totally. It goes to Drossers, a real forward, a real striker would just sweep that into the net or crack it into the net. He tries to take a touch and it bounces away from him and then gets cleared. So that just sums up our striking options, Lawrence and Drossers. McCausland's never going to score many goals either. He was subbed in the second half anyhow. But who comes on? Oh, Sterling. So we bring on a midfielder stroke right back and we play him up the right wing. We don't even put him in midfield to kind of shore up the midfield. We play him up the right wing, which is absolute nonsense. So we were looking at a bit more promising at that point. And then the winning goal, thank you, the guy's up the left, nobody going near him. Sterling's the only guy in front of him, but the cross goes in. There's hiding captain Tav. All he has to do is boot it away or hit it out for a corner kick. He sticks out a leg lazily and all he does is pass it on to the right back, Devlin, whose shot goes through the legs of the goalkeeper, hits off the far post, comes out, and there's, I can't remember the guy's name, Morris, I think, running in to smash it into the net. But thank you, Tavernier, for your sterling defence, the way you just lazily stuck your foot out to actually pass it onto the opposition guy practically and give him a shot at goal, which we thought we'd escaped when it hit the post, but no, they get to the ball quicker and smash it into the net. So Tavernier causes the winning goals, it turned out. And in the 94th minute, a cross in, can't remember who put the cross in, Tavernier's in the box, heads it, and it goes a foot past the post. So there was a chance to actually equalise. So he failed to equalise, he created the second goal for Aberdeen. What a night he had, and he had to be playing on Sunday, nothing surer, as will Drossers, rather than try somebody else. We would sack this manager, except we can't, because as the financial results showed, we're in deep debt. We don't have the money. It would cost us millions to get rid of Big Phil, so he's here for the duration, at least to the end of the season. So we've just got to hope that he sees sense and starts making real changes in personnel and formation and tries to win maybe a cup here or there. That's it.